tomorrow. This is a show that puts your financial future first. Tune in every Monday from 5:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. for this insightful wealth management program.
You need his name?
Because informed decisions lead to lasting wealth. Only on Classic FM 97.3.
A very good evening to you. Welcome to today's edition of Wealth Management and You here on Classic FM 97.3. Our topic on today's show is the role of insurance in wealth management. And our guest, before I come to him, let's say good evening to RAPHAEL. EMENYONU. RAPHAEL, how are you doing today?
I'm awesome, Chico. How you doing?
Awesome. Wow.
Yeah, World Cup has kicked off, man.
Okay.
So lots of football to watch.
There is lots of football to watch.
Who's your favorite country, though?
Well, you know, I've got two countries, so obviously I'm supporting England. Yeah, since Nigeria didn't make it. So, yeah, it would be nice for football to come home, finally.
That's what they all say.
All right, our guest on the show today is GBENGA ADIGUN. GBENGA is the founder, CEO of Scrella Technologies Limited and joins us in the studio. How are you doing?
Doing fantastic. Thanks, Chico and RAPHAEL, for having me.
It's great to have you on the show. The role of insurance in wealth management, we're going to get into that, but let's understand a little more about Scrella. And since we're talking insurance, I'm going to start by saying that Scrella is actually offering us some free insurance on the show today. So do hang on our every word, because we're going to have at least 5 winners on the show today who will be announced at the end of the show. So I would hang on every word that gets spoken in the first half of today's Wealth Management and You. Don't say I didn't give you a heads up. All right. So let's come back to you, GBENGA. Tell us about Scrella.
Yes, Scrella. A lot of people ask me how did the name come about. So let me start with the name. It's just a coinage of the word screen and umbrella. Umbrella is synonymous for cover in insurance.
Fantastic.
So phone insurance, screen insurance, because again, most of what we cover is your screen, because about 90% of phone fixes will be screen replacement. So that's how we came about the name. We jumped on it, we loved it. Easy to put in your head. So what we really do is to provide insurance for portable electronic devices in a very unique way. The technology we brought to the marketplace is the no appearance sign up. Any asset you're insuring today has to be inspected somehow. So maybe like your car, the person has to check that the car is working, the engine is not already knocked, or it's not already accidented. So, but again, how do we do this? You know, using some amazing technology. You don't come to us, we don't come to you. You download our app, it runs a remote health check on your phone, and if you pass the test, you can now buy a policy, or you pay the premium, and then you enjoy a cover. If anything happens to your phone, your boy, your daughter, son smashes it or dumps it in the water, you know, you just call us, and in less than 2 hours of making your claim, we'll fix your phone for you. So for a lot of Nigerians, more than the 100 million plus smartphones we have in the country, I dare say less than 1% of them is insured. And that is really important, because a phone for the average Nigerian is not just a communication device. It's a bank, it's an office, it's a business tool. You use it to entertain, use it to get entertained. It's everything. So we want to keep the assets much longer in your hand. It's an education tool too. So we see it as no matter what becomes of technology in the next 10, 20 years, AI and the rest of it, we still believe mobile is still going to be part of it. So we are taking a big bets on, you know, preserving your mobile device.
Fantastic stuff. That's Scrella in a nutshell, and I love the way he did that. I hope you were paying attention, because I was writing down questions that I'm going to ask at the halfway point of today's show. Those questions will have to do with Scrella. So it might help you to go look up Scrella. There might be more information. There probably is more information online. So Scrella is spelled S-C-R-E-L-L-A. All right, so you might want to go check it out. It might give you a bit of an edge, and then you might be one of the 5 people who gets free insurance cover, courtesy Scrella. And I'll be announcing those winners at the end of the show. Over to you, RAPHAEL.
Okay, so let's look at insurance on a broader level. I've always had this argument, over the years with people that insurance in wealth management is more of a protection, right? The other parties argue that it's an investment, not just a protection, but I see it more as a protection. And my reason is centered around the fact that you don't earn as much as if you had gone into the other investments, right? If you're putting money aside in insurance. But it just makes sense for you to ensure that you also protect, the assets that you worked so hard, to earn. It would be nice to get your view on this, maybe I won't have to go into further arguments if I get your view as a professional in that space.
Yes, fantastic question. So the best way to look at it is like this. Investments is growing your wealth. Insurance is protecting what you've grown.
Okay, so I've been right all along.
Very correct. Insurance, comes in after the event of accumulation and growth. And so how do you protect it? And the way wealth creation should be seen these days, or even probably let me use the word legacy, is not how much wealth you leave behind, is how much wealth remains after you're gone. That is where tools like insurance comes in. So insurance is very, very important. Everybody should see it as a financial protection mechanism. That should be a way of life, a financial way of life. It should not be optional. It's just unfortunate that in this side of the world, insurance is competing against, cultural and religious nuances. You tell somebody, buy life insurance. When you die, or if you die, before you finish saying that word, God forbid, it's not my portion. I will not die. I'm covered by, Then
Covered by the blood of Jesus.
There's also that strong data that is there about countries with high insurance penetration. There's a strong correlation between countries with high insurance penetration and very strong high disposable income economies. So the higher that country has, the people, they have more disposable income. Maybe let's use the metric GDP per capita. The higher the GDP per capita that is actually distributed, the more people would insure, because you insure what? Assets. For example, your life, physical as tangible assets, your cars. So if I don't even have these things to insure, that one person that does not have a house, a car, a phone, is one customer outside of the insurance industry that would naturally have been somebody that the insurance industry is chasing. So these are things bedeviling, the insurance sector in this side of the world. Not so nice statistics about Nigeria being about the poverty capital of the world. More than 100 people living on less than $2 a day. Not so nice. But we are hoping that as, the economy improves, we've seen all the reforms, by this administration to improve the economy. When those things begin to play out and people fall into higher income brackets, step into management, step into more money, acquire more assets, then they begin to think of how to protect the assets. So that is where insurance comes in. Insurance is really and truly a financial protection mechanism, rather than it is an investment.
And insurance in itself is, in a lot of cases, is not as expensive as some people tend to think. So when we're talking about income brackets and so on and so on, you'd be surprised how little you might be paying for a premium that really covers you properly should something go wrong.
Fantastic. You're very, very correct. In fact, insurance is called a pool, in finance, is a number of people contributing to a pool. And it's called actuary in insurance, the science behind things that may go wrong. So not everybody will come back and say this defined event has crystallized. So just a few people. So at the end of the day, it's paying a little to get a lot more if a defined risk crystallizes. So you're very correct. These premiums are really affordable across life, property, and the rest of it. And something else the government is doing to really help people and force people to protect their assets is compulsory insurance. It has always been there, for example, for cars. Now with the new NERA Act that came out last year, they're trying to extend it to other things. For example, if you are building a structure, there must be construction insurance, because we've seen many buildings go down in Lagos and beyond where people die, just being at work.
I think the landlords should also. I think there might be something about housing. Landlords must have insurance.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
You have damage to property and things like that, and then it takes a landlord forever. He's waiting for rent to come round again before sorting out. And that's not okay. So things like that as well. Okay.
So construction insurance, how does that work though? And then we can, before we go into the other, maybe we should just talk about the other types of insurance as well, now that we've established that it's more suitable for protection.
Yes, so the new NERA Act last year, September 25, told them if you are doing any construction activity, it's important for you to have insurance for accidents, for deaths on site, and for some other defined eventualities that may happen. So it's quite robust and has many things in between and all around it, depending on who your underwriter insurer is. So generally, there are many other types of insurance that can really help. Talking about insurance as a financial protection mechanism, it helps to, for example, in wealth transfer. There are some countries that have something called probate tax. If I live in the UK, I have £1 million net worth, probably in liquid assets in cash in the bank. Just because I'm dead, just for dying, I'm going to forfeit 40% of that money to the government, called probate tax. Probate tax. For no reason, just for dying. And my family. And this is good money that your family can, people live behind, they can use it to do a lot of stuff, children's education and the rest of it.
Correct.
So there are some insurance vehicles that let you, I don't want to use the word escape, that's what came to my head. It's not avoidance. Yeah, so such taxes, I think it's an irrevocable life insurance trust, something like along those lines. Please reconfirm. Okay. And you escape those taxes. What else can insurance help you do? For example, if you're a business owner, you have employees, if you do group life insurance, that's a tax deductible item.
I think that's compulsory for the pension act in Nigeria today.
Yes.
If your employer needs to get a group life for the staff, that's about 300% equivalent of your annual salary gross.
Yeah, exactly. So things like this, a lot of these insurances, HMOs, health management, these are tax deductible items. So it helps you to manage your tax instead of just, okay, I made this much profit, I'm just going to give 30% to the government as company income tax. What else can I do as an maybe employee benefit scheme to help the lives of my employee, motivate them further, and also help manage tax liabilities, not avoid, is properly managed. So insurance is just one big basket that everybody should consider, from your car to your house to your assets, your everything. It has to be the way you, for example, why do people buy umbrellas? Does anybody want to get beaten in the rain when it rains? No, but you still buy an umbrella because you cannot control the rain, and the rain is not going to announce to you when it starts falling. And it might just disrupt your life. So it's important to talk about the very difficult things like death. Have a real conversation with your family about if and when you die. Because see all these big men all around, flying all over the world. Anything can happen. Your plane can drop off the sky.
And you need to have like a life insurance.
Yes. You're not talking about these things. You don't want to talk about them. These things need to be talked about. Anybody can fall sick. In Nigeria, they say you are just one diagnosis away from poverty. Somebody looks okay, goes to the hospital, comes back, you've been pronounced you have cancer. There's no amount of God forbid that can reverse it. Of Jesus. And you're immediately going to face huge medical bills. Life will not wait for you. So these things should be talked about and planned for and prepared for. That is where insurance comes in.
So I also think that's where the HMO is very important in terms of the medical bills. I think it's important that we emphasize that. Because I'm not sure.
We'll talk HMOs in a minute. But let me just say that this is wealth management and you, and our topic today is the role of insurance in wealth management. We've got GBENGA ADIGUN, who's the founder CEO of Scrella Technologies Limited, in the studio with us, and he didn't just come anyway. He came bearing gifts. Those gifts are the 5 lucky listeners today are going to get free insurance for their devices. All right. If you're like me, who has a very expensive mobile phone that fell on the floor the day that it was bought. Look, I've actually had my fair share of these misfortunes, because in my birthday month it was my TV, 75-inch, 75-inch TV that the guy moving it smashed, and to fix that is $650. So that's just a relic in one part of my living room. Then now the phone, okay, and the phone was bought in the UK. So to get advantage of because they do this insurance, they'll ask you when you're buying the phone. So they did that. So it's covered in the UK, but it's got to get to the UK for me to sort that out. So I'm here using an expensive phone with a cracked screen. Now, if that's you, it might not be a phone, it might be a tablet, and there's all these other electronic devices as well. All these, you really should be thinking insurance, but 5 lucky winners are going to get that. And there's a clue in what I just said. Here's a few questions, okay? Send your answers to us now via WhatsApp, and you could be one of 5 lucky winners who gets free insurance cover for their devices on the show this afternoon. And this will happen before 5 p.m. on the show today. So
before 6 p.m.
Before 6 p.m., forgive me, on the show today. My questions are as follows. What does Skrilla do? And how do you set up for Skrilla? Okay, those are my 2 questions. Both these questions, the answers were given by Benga not too long ago, okay? And I'm sure the answers are also available online if you want to check it out. But be the very first 5 to send those to us via WhatsApp on 0704 1001 973. That number again, 0704 1001 973. Remember to add your name to the message you send us via WhatsApp. Only 5 of these free insurance are available for you to take advantage of. So get on the case. Good luck to you. What does Skrilla do? And how do you set up for Skrilla? What are you going to do? Are you going to make a phone call, for instance? It's not phone call. And we'll check out our answers. But the message has already started coming in. Okay. So we can go on very quickly where you were talking HMOs.
HMO, yeah. So we're saying that, I think it's an important part of, the financial life cycle. It should kick in right from the wealth accumulation stage, because right from the beginning, you also want to manage your expenses. You want to be able to ensure that you're in good health so that you can make more money. So it's pretty much important. But in this part of the world, people are not embracing it as much as they should. So I don't know what your take is on that.
Let me say first that the mentality, it seems to me, is just like a man or these traders or whatever it is they do, who will take a vehicle, and some of the things I see are foams, mattresses, new mattresses. I see these GP tanks, the plastic tanks, and then you take a lorry and you load it until the chassis is twisted.
Yeah.
And that car is lurching dangerously along, and you're moving that. Now the mentality is that, God did.
And you see it written,
and then you see it written, save joy, or all those funny things they write, and then you head on out. But really, we see them all the time. This thing has crashed somewhere, it's fallen over, the goods are damaged or whatever. What are you doing, really? That's the mentality. And a man who's moving around absent insurance is very much like that guy who's loaded that thing.
Truthfully, because again, people don't pay attention to these things until it's too late, unfortunately. Health insurance not just protects your body, but protects your bank account. That's why people should pay more attention. It's not just about me staying healthy. Even your bank account, what you've built for 20 years, one diagnosis can wipe it away in 1 week. In 1 week. So, and it's too late at that point. You don't want to be talking to your HM at that point when you are almost dead or dying. Can I sign up? Nobody will sign you up at that point. So it's like I mentioned before, to have these conversations that these things do happen, and our bodies, degenerate as we grow. We get to a peak and we start falling sick. 1 in 2 men, for example, 1 in 2 black men in Africa would end up with prostate diagnosis, either enlargement or cancer or stuff. Why you not facing that risk that is almost sure to crystallize, with the health insurance cover? There are also things called genetic predispositions that exposes you to some certain types of diseases, diabetes, high blood pressure, and the rest of it. These things. Why are you not taking action before they begin to crystallize? So, unfortunately, like I mentioned, even the HMO in Nigeria is just maybe in the past 15, 20 years we started taking this seriously. In the 70s, 80s, even 90s, I guess there was not much of that till it became a bit compulsory. So whether the only unfortunate thing now is for people outside the corporate bracket, they've not been paying a lot of attention to HMOs. So if you are an individual making money on your own, most times people like this are not covered. They pay out of pocket. So my message to you today is to particularly pay attention to that for yourself, for your family. You're not in any corporate organization or corporate structure where HMOs are forced upon you as the package. It's very easy to forget about it until something happens. So everybody should pay attention to that and have one type of health insurance or the other.
Fantastic. And aside from insurance, mortgage insurance, which we all know is for your homes, I think another critical one is the life insurance. I learned about life insurance when someone passed away, and it was called education life insurance, that the guy took before he passed on. And the child's education did suffer, because insurance came to the rescue and they ensured that, they paid the bills and all that. So I think that's also another example, that, again, I don't think it's very common.
And depending on the package, I know that there are some life insurances where the payout is not actually only on death. There's certain things.
Yes.
Sit down with the insurance, have a conversation.
Absolutely.
Do you have the conversation? That's the only way you're really going to know. But don't just keep carrying on and thinking that, it's better to be safe than sorry.
Sorry. That's the word. That's the word this evening. That's really the word this evening.
All right, let's look at some of our messages. Okay, we've got this, and Benga, you'll say whether we've got the answers right or not. So I've got this from Oge, and Oge says Skrilla offers insurance cover for mobile phone screens and gadgets. You can sign up for the screen via their app, and a remote scan is carried out. If your phone passes, then it's insured.
Stella?
This is from Oge.
Oge, 8 over 10.
Yeah, especially with the first part, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know. Okay, we're keeping you in view.
Yes.
All right. If there are more, if there are more accurate answers, then it would be unfortunate for you. This one, you didn't send your name. Your number ends 3540. It could be Akin. I see where Akin is written. Anyway, it says Skrilla insures digital devices. The company is an insurance underwriter that focuses on insuring digital devices. I'm not going to take that answer. This is from Naomi, and Naomi says Skrilla Technologies Limited is an insurtech company based in Lagos, Nigeria, that provides affordable digital-first insurance for new and used portable electronic devices. Their plans protect smartphones and gadgets against accidental damage. You can set up the account by downloading the app or registering on the website.
5 over 10.
5 over 10.
Wow. So Oge is still.
Yeah, so Oge is probably closest. So we're going to ask, before we leave, we're going to ask Benga to talk us through it again so that you hear what the right answer actually is.
Okay, thank you. So very quickly, download Skrilla. We need a customer touch point. We said we are not coming to you, you're not coming to us. So there has to be a medium, of communication, which is our app. Download our app on Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Set it up, sign up. The app runs a remote diagnostics on your phone. In less than 2 minutes, you just do one small health check. Like, take out some dots on your screen, take a video, then it comes to us at the back end. Then our AI powered engine will make a decision in seconds and tell us with deadly accuracy if, for example, your phone screen is broken or not. Thereafter, we tell you congratulations, and then you can buy a plan and your policy certificate gets sent to you. It is that simple and straightforward.
All right. So we know mobile devices are in there. Mobile phones. Let me just call them mobile phones. Clearly, tablets are in there too. What else would fall under? Because is it mobile phones and tablets?
Mobile phones and tablets. Then we do them laptops, desktops. But for that, some level of physical inspection may be required. But for mobile,
desktop or the laptop?
For desktop and laptop.
Okay.
But for phones and tablets, 100% remote, anywhere you are.
So there you have it. That is the correct answer. What I'm going to do is, let me use my power of being in this seat to say that we're going to give you guys points for trying. Okay. Now let's offer 3 of them. Let's offer 3 of them insurance. Download the app now. All right. From your app store, your Apple store, go there, download the Skrilla app and get your device scanned if you don't have insurance, and if you come through, then your registration will be free. I'm going to pass these 3 names to Benga, so when that happens, you'll be able to identify them. At least let them know that you did answer during the show. Wealth Management and You on Classic FM, and you'll get hooked up. And I can tell you that I'm going to do it, even though mine's cracked. So I can't get a replacement that's cracked already. I'll do that in London. But at least when I get back here, I've got cover here. I've got cover in London.
That's great.
There you go. So I'm good. Now, we're talking mobile devices, but it goes beyond that. We've spoken about your house, your car. In the terms in Nigeria, motor insurance is compulsory. So make sure you're not out there and you don't have it. You're breaking the law. We've spoken health insurance, life insurance, insurance in general. All right? Let's all be safe rather than be sorry.
That's correct. Thank you once again, Lagos, Nigeria, for listening to us this evening. And thank you, Benga, for coming through. If you've missed any of the episodes, please subscribe to our YouTube page, Wealth Management and You, and you'll be able to watch this show again on insurance, and then the previous episodes that you might have missed.
Wealth Management and You comes your way at 5:30 every Monday on Classic FM 97.3. Please join us next Monday for another edition of the show.